So the salinity right here, you can see right here it's green, so there's no salinity in the fresh well water. We're gonna try the city water, no salinity of course. We're gonna try the pool water, no salinity in there. Right here we're gonna check the ocean water right over here. Turn this on, it's gonna go up here. Look how much salinity is in there. It's 1.0 out of 2. I'm surprised it's not in the red zone. Right now it's saying the ocean water is brackish, which is not true. That's usually near estuaries when the oceans and the fresh water collide. I don't know, sometimes this is off by 1 or 2 marks, so it should be 1.7 because the ocean's really salty. We saw that the ocean was very salty on the salinometer, the salinity meter, so we're gonna put it in the water, we're gonna put it on the pot, on the stove, and we're gonna see how much salt remains on the bottom after all the water evaporates, how much salt or sediments are on the bottom. Now we're at the bottom, so all the salt's gonna be on the bottom of the pot right there from my cup, and I just poured it into there, and now we're gonna turn the stove on. And now we'll let that boil for about 30 minutes. So I'll keep monitoring because you always have to make sure when you're dealing with flames and water, you have to make sure nothing overflows or anything. I also started at 120. We'll see how long it takes for this water to evaporate. It's probably going to take an hour or 2. Hopefully that doesn't cost a lot of gas. You can see our ocean water is going to work now. It's boiling right now, so you can see it's going to town. But it's going to take a long time, even with the speed up. It's going to take a long time for all this water to go. 20 minutes in and we barely dropped a 1/4 inch. You could see it's about 20 minutes later and now our ocean water is starting to form some salt on the pot. You could see right over there making salt stains. Okay, 30 minutes later and you could see a little bit more crystals right there, some more salt sediments or impurities in the water. I'm still not seeing it on the bottom of the water, so we'll have to see when it dissolves all the water, but you could see almost half of it, a little bit more than half. It took a half hour, so I'm assuming it's going to take 50 minutes to dissolve all this water. We just put about 3 cups of water, which is 1/5 of a gallon, 1.53, and you can see it's not too much salt, so as soon as this dissolves, I'm going to probably add some more because there's not too much salt occurring, but you can see there's slightly occurring right there. So I'm going to add 3 more cups. Of half of this pot is 3 cups. So this whole thing is 6 cups, but you never want to fill it up all the way because it could overflow when it boils. Okay, something's happening now because I just had it on high speed and something just popped up and the flame turned orange and it went everywhere, so it got me nervous, so I turned the speed down low so we don't cause any problems with the house and the stove. But you can see, look, it's starting to pop up again. That means I have to put it really slow right here, and that's not a good sign if it keeps popping. I don't know if you keep seeing this, but this is making me a little nervous, so I slowed it down really low, and I'm not going to add more water because it's starting to create a lot of salt right now on the bottom, and could be dangerous if I keep playing with it. So as soon as it's finished, I'm going to try to get this done as quick as possible and put it really low. Whoa! Whoa, there we go again, and hopefully it doesn't keep popping. It may take 15-20 minutes on this speed to get the water out, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. To see even on low, it's jumping up like crazy. Okay, I was gonna put this lid on it to prevent it from popping up and hitting the flame to cause a problem, but I just realized this could cause a crazy experiment, which I'm not gonna try. It's too dangerous, but I don't recommend you do it either. But you might find someone on YouTube foolish enough to do this. I was gonna put that on there, but I realized popping water, the thing could fly up, the lid could fly up. Check this out now. Look at all this salt right there. Look at that. Wow, you could see the salt right over there. And you could see it all in the pot right there. We're starting to get lots of salt crystals in there now. This is a cool experiment. I still don't recommend this part because the molecules are heating up much faster now, and you can see they're jumping and popping, and there's not much water in there, so it has nowhere else to go. It's trying to go up. It sounds like popcorn when it jumps up. Listen closely. And you could also see this is like the evaporation in the ocean. That's why you're wondering why we don't have salt water when it rains, is because the sun heats up and makes water evaporates and leaves the salt behind. The water vapor turns back into a liquid water, and it's large quantities of drinking water are being obtained from the ocean in many regions today. Wow, check it out. Look at all the salt evaporites, salt crystals. You could see we're increasing the salinity. The water has dried up, and we're making salt crystals right now from the evaporation. And also, if you wanted to decrease the salinity, you had more rainfall and snowfall. And also, the ocean is made out of NaCl, or sodium chloride, which is salt. And that's why the ocean is very salty from the rocks and evaporation. That's why you can see look at all that right over there. As soon as it dries up, I'll show you. And this is kind of like in the Dead Sea, and like I think it's in Kenya, Jordan, and Israel. It's very salty that you could float on the water. It's 8 times saltier than this in our ocean. It dries up much faster and it disappears by 1 yard a year, and it's called the Dead Sea. The HaloCline is the layers of the ocean's salinity, which before it was all water and the salt was on the bottom, and now you can see we're at the bottom. It's very salty. Well, holy cow, I made some mess. I have a huge cleanup to do for sure, and you can see it's still drying up. It's now 2:10 approximately, because I turned the stove off 3 minutes ago, and you can also see it jumped up pretty high. You can see it got all the way up to here on the microwave, about 2 feet high. The salt jumped up. That's why I was nervous to put the pot, because it could flew up and the pot could fall over and the water could spill on the flames and cause a huge fire. So that's why I didn't do that. I turned it off as soon as possible. Okay, right over here we have the salt from the ocean right here, and we're gonna put it in this bowl before it hardens up. You can see it right over here. This is like a cooking demonstration show right over here, taking the salt out of it. This was all from 3 cups of ocean water. It's a few hours later, like 5 or 6 hours, and you could see all the salt crystals was in 3 cups of water, of ocean water. Kind of looks like rice grains. It feels kind of cool to play with it. You can see we got some fries over here, and they need some salt, so I'm gonna sprinkle some salt on them. They're not too bad. It's good salt. This is man-made sea salt from the beach. We made it at home.